Welcome to our Wellness Hub, where experts in the field of health, wellness, healing, and mindset have been giving us tips for a better and healthier life. My name is Moni C, your host and creative mindset coach, and today we have a wonderful guest. Her name is Dr. Lynn Banis. She's a transformational mentor. Dr. Lynn, thank you so much for being here with us today. Tell us a bit about yourself and what are you doing today to help people from around the world? The floor is yours.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for having me. I spent the larger portion of my professional life in corporations, particularly one of the huge financial services firms, and I was able to go all over the world and work with partners and their partnerships and their leadership skills and team building skills and becoming good person skills and communication skills, all of those things. So I spent most of my life working with human behavior and helping people be the best that they could possibly be, which I love. But there does come a time when one retires. And I did that. My husband was retired. And that was just going along until one day there were three hurricanes headed right toward my 100-year-old mother. So I called my brother. I said, "Go get her. We can't leave her there." And he did. And she immediately fell and broke her hip. So I went down to his house, stayed a few weeks, and then brought her back to live with us. And she lived with us for 6 more years. She was 106 when she passed. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful time of bonding. But as you can imagine, you kind of expect at that age that those things are going to happen. And it was harder than I thought, much harder than I thought. I thought I was prepared. And then within another few months, my little brother had a massive heart attack in the middle of the night and he passed away, which is not supposed to happen when your brother's 9 years younger than you. And then within another year, my husband passed away unexpectedly from surgical issues. So there I was, totally devastated, like rug pulled totally out from underneath me and alone. I do have two daughters that live here, and they were wonderful, but the aloneness is just devastating. And I muddled through that first year, and I finally realized that I had all the skills and knowledge that I needed from all those years of doing executive coaching and working with groups and everything. That I figured, you know what, you can help people through this process. No one should have to go through it alone. That I truly, truly believe. And I also truly believe that we have a very poor type of response to people who had a significant loss in their life. We don't know how to treat it. We don't know how to treat them. We're afraid we'll say the wrong thing or we do something that hurts their feelings. And that's what we don't want to do because we've never been taught. So I kind of took on those two things, helping women once they've gotten through the initial really deep emotional piece, because you're in fight or flight the whole time and your brain just can't make reasonable, rational decisions because it just is constantly trying to keep you keep you going each day. So what I did was I created a program that would help them figure out who they are actually now because they've lost their identity. But who am I now? And what is all this stuff that I've taken on and allowed to bury me and change who I am? Let's get rid of it. So we go through that process. We align values and beliefs, all that kind of stuff that's just so necessary. You can't make good decisions about the rest of your life if you don't know who you are and what your values are and all of those sorts of things because they change. Values don't stay the same after you've lost something significant. And so I have this program and I put people through that and then I put them in a mastermind group with other people on the same journey so they can support themselves into their new lives. And that has been just really, really good because most of the grief work is done in those early stages and they forget to help people create a new life. I get them through the emotion, and then it's like, "Okay, you're better now.
You're on your
Go."
own. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. And so over the last 3 years or so, I have been bugged by men because, "Why aren't you talking to us?" And they have very similar issues, and I've kind of morphed into more of the women's leadership area because there is so much when you talk to people, everyone is devastated. They don't know what to do. They're so overloaded, and it's very much the same kind of grief. So I've opened to that arena also. And I just last week did a soft launch on a membership program that I built that has all sorts of experts on it that will be talking about the various issues women have, giving courses and masterminds and articles and all that sort of thing, and running groups. And then the other thing is that I have created a bunch of interactive tools where women or and men can go and get help now. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and you're distraught. You don't know what to think. You don't know what to do. Sometimes if you have a coach or a therapist or something, you can't get a hold of them. So this is a 24/7 opportunity to get some help. And it's easy help. It's like, okay, discover what's going on. What have you tried? What has worked? What hasn't worked? Okay, here are 3 or 4 simple things you can do right now to get yourself moving forward
That's
and out of this
wonderful. And it's
predicament.
an app? It's an app?
It's a platform, yeah, it's an app, but it's called womenrisingtogether.org, and it's free right now, so I would love to have people just jump on there. Understand it's being built, so it's not all fleshed out, but that's part of what I want is for people to join and give me feedback, "Please do this, please add this." This is working. And I think that'll make it much more robust. And I want the community to really be a community because, as I said, we don't heal alone. And it doesn't matter if you've lost a spouse, it doesn't matter if you've lost your job, your best friend, you've had divorce,
Mm.
you've lost your pet, whatever is important to you that you've lost
Any
throws us
kind of
into the
any
grief.
kind of loss.
Yeah, really. Yep. It
That-
throws us into the grief response.
that's
And
really
when we think about it, we are all grieving right now. I truly believe that we're grieving since COVID. We're grieving the life we used to have. We're grieving every single minute of the day. Something new is happening. So we're having to adjust there. And, we think it's stress, but it's more than that. And it's deeper than that. And it's really affecting people.
Ma, this is a wonderful, wonderful work that you have done. And so, what are the best ways that for people to support friends and relatives who are experiencing grief?
Okay. That's just such a good question because, like I said, we don't get taught any of that sort of thing. And our society is very into a taboo around talking about it. We don't talk about it. And we don't know what to do. And so it's just like, and corporate America thinks we can get over it in 3 days, which is absolutely ludicrous. So I think initially people rally around the individual who's gone through this loss and they bring food and they send flowers and all that sort of thing. And that's fine, but they don't think through even that very first step. Because, for example, I must have gotten 12 9.5 by 13 pans of lasagna for me. And my kids got like, go away. I don't want any more lasagna. You can't give any more to us. The person is probably not going to eat. They're too emotional. So bringing something that they can freeze for a dinner later on and just heat, that's great. Small, unless they have a big family they're feeding. But the other thing is do something that they can graze on, like a few cheese and crackers, a little bit of fruit, those sorts of things. They don't have to put themselves out to go get. They have no motivation. They don't even want to move. So it's hard. They're not going to go in and cook something. And, so that's the start. But the thing we really need to understand is follow up with them and stay in touch. You don't really have to say anything other than, I'm here for you. If you want to talk, I will listen. Understand that they don't want to be fixed. They're not broken, and there's nothing you can say that will make it better. What will make it better is to know that you care and that you're at the other end of the phone or that you stop by every once in a while. Those are the important things, and don't let those slip. It's easier than we think it is. It's our issue, not the person that's grieving. Although I do feel that the person that's grieving needs to try to understand what they personally need and then educate their family and friends. I don't need all that food. It would be nice just to have a banana or what. And I think between the group of people involved, they can work it out. It's just that we're so frightened about it to start with. And so that's the other aspect of what I do is I speak to groups and help them understand the process and what they can do and what they should say and what they really shouldn't say because it's just something that we're hungry for.
And when you say groups right now, you have a program.
It's on Zoom. We work together that way because so I can serve people everywhere.
Okay. And is there a beginning and an end, or is ongoing? How does it work?
Well, I work with the person in the beginning to figure out exactly where they are and what their needs are because everything, I tailor for each person. So we spend some time one on one, and then once they're moving, I put them in this a mastermind group. I don't put them with people that are way, way ahead necessarily. I try to keep them in situations where they really have fresh information. This worked for me. You might want to try this. This didn't work for me, but it did for my friend. Those sorts of things. And it's a support. It's safe because nobody's going to criticize you. They all understand what you're going through, and it's just something that is so helpful to people, and they often try to want to stay together long after they finish the program, which is fine.
And
I
how
love
long?
that.
How long
A year.
is well, not why it's 1 year. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And who is the best candidate for your programs? You're saying that you're focusing right now on women who are grieving any type of loss, or right
They're
now?
struggling with, who am I? What do I do? What do I even think? And they may just be realizing that things have changed and their life doesn't fit them anymore. They worked so hard to create this life, but something is out of whack. Well, that's because change has happened, and so all of those things are just really important, and supporting each other and understanding that this happens in different environments and different situations is very enlightening.
Well, Dr. Lynn, I cannot believe how fast time went. Thank you. Thank you so much for bringing so much value and wisdom to this conversation. You are really clearly here to make an impact and to help the world be a better place and to help so many people who have lost something, someone. And we would love to have you back. The audience
Thank
will
you.
have all the information under our interview. What is the best way to contact
Go
the
ahead to
website?
my website,
Okay.
womenrisingtogether.org, and I will send you a couple things people can download. One of them is how to work with somebody who's grieving.
Yes, absolutely.
And another one is the first steps to creating your new life. What do I do now?
Beautiful, beautiful. This is just the beginning. So until next time, Dr. Lynn, thank you again. And we will see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.